Zack Gelof, welcome to the show, dude.
Thanks for having me. I'm excited. A little nervous.
Man, I appreciate it. I know Thanksgiving's in a couple days, so I know you got a lot to fit in a very short amount of time. So I appreciate you giving me a little bit of it here, go over some of your career and stuff, man. I think it's pretty cool. So
yeah, it's been fun. I mean, I've been following you since I don't really know when, but at least like the first 3 episodes, and I was like, oh, this is really cool.
Oh, cool, man. Thanks.
And reached out and like you said, like you knew my dad a little bit, just crossing paths, and I was like, hey, Dad, can you like. I don't know if this guy's legit or not, but then it was like look up the article. I'm like, oh, like looking back at obviously your story and stuff, and it was just really cool to like out of nowhere, like, oh, this is gonna be
your dad
cool.
came and saw me speak, heard me speak a few weeks ago right after that. So I was glad. It was great to see him. I hadn't seen him in a long time, so it was cool, man.
Yeah, it wasn't at the convention center in Rehoboth.
Yeah, it was Delaware State Police Homicide Conference. Yeah, it was cool. Man.
That's sounds like a good one. I'm sure it's
exciting. It's interesting. They have some interesting stuff in there for sure. But it was cool. Got to see him. It was neat, man. But cool little Delaware A's tie-in here for you. This is cool, okay? You might not know this. You're actually the second that I know of. There could be more. You're actually the second person I know who played ball in Delaware, played ball in the MLB level for the A's at second base.
Who's the second one?
In the 1950s.
Yeah, I was about to say there's no way it's past 1975. In the
1950s when it was the Philly A's and then the Kansas City A's, his name was Spook Jacobs.
Spook Jacobs?
Yep, he lived in Milford.
Can we pause? I don't know where we went with these awesome baseball names.
I know.
If you go anywhere from like 19, like the shoeless Joe Jackson, like I mean now it's like Zack Gelof. Like where's
right.
Where did those cool names go?
His name was Forrest Jacobs and his nickname was Spook. Spook Jacobs.
I'm in the lookout for some cool nickname like that.
Dude, look him up when you leave.
Yeah,
it's a cool story. Yeah, he lived in Milford. My mom, he was retired by this time actually, obviously, but my mom grew up next door to him. And then he lived there forever until he died a few years ago. But, dude, I remember going in his house, I think last time I went to his house was like a year before he passed, maybe 2 years. And it was like walking into like a mini Cooperstown.
That's awesome.
I mean, like, not just like balls and gloves and bats, but he had like photos of him with like Gehrig and like Mantle. It was insane, dude.
Yeah, that's crazy. I
can't
even
played
imagine.
Ball for the Philly A's and Kansas City A's at second base.
That's cool.
Pretty cool. Yeah, actually I got him to sign like a throwback like Philly A's jersey.
Yeah.
So I have that. And then last year, the 24 season, we went and saw you play in Baltimore.
Yeah.
And my son, I got him a Gelof jersey for his birthday.
That's when I got hurt, I think. Was it Baltimore?
No, you didn't get hurt that game. Or maybe you did in Baltimore. It wasn't that game.
Yeah, it was like before, but I was still traveling. Was this 2024?
No, you were playing.
I was playing?
I think you were playing.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no, wait. Maybe you were. No, you were out.
I was out, but I was still there. Yeah.
You were still there, but you were hurt.
Believe me, because I remember it happened in New York against the Yankees, and then it was an oblique, and then I came and still completed the trip because I'm like,
you were
listen,
out.
I got so many people.
You hit the IL, and I was like, shit, man. Like,
I
wanted to go see him play.
I know. Multiply that.
Still there.
Yeah, multiply that by like 50 because that's how I was feeling. Because I'm like, oh, I owe it to not that
hometown.
Not that I do owe it, but I just felt like it's just awesome whenever I get to come back home, and
dude.
I'm always like West Coast, and then to be able to come home and like one of my favorite experiences was DC in 2023 when I first debuted, and going back there, we ended up losing every game, but which is what matters. But I ended up doing really well and had one of my best games of my career there.
Yeah.
And then the next year going to Philly right before All-Star break, it's always great to come back.
It was cool,
home.
man.
Yeah.
But you signed the jersey. I saw your dad walking down because he was at the game. So I followed him down. I followed him over to the dugout. You signed some autographs. So you actually signed his jersey. So my goal was to get your jersey framed up with Spook's jersey. Out here in the hallway where the other stuff is.
That'd be cool. Yeah.
Pretty neat. But yeah, so also, and the other cool thing about Spook was he's one of the only players to go 4 for 4 in his debut.
4 for 4 in his debut.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah. Pretty cool stat.
That's a really cool stat.
Yeah, man. Pretty cool. Pretty cool about that one. But so we do have some questions came in. A couple of people submitted some yesterday on Instagram, and then most of them are like my son's buddies and stuff.
Okay, cool. Yeah, mix them
we'll
all
do
in.
is we'll go like a quick round of them here. Favorite ballpark so far?
Favorite ballpark.
Yeah.
I love Fenway Park. Like the baseball, like when you step on the field and you realize like some of the other greats and legends that have played there. Like I love Fenway.
Yeah.
My mom's family is from there too.
Oh, okay.
So it just feels like baseball, and you feel like you're in a movie. So I'd say like Fenway's up there for me.
Yeah.
And then I always love playing at the bank. Like I've only played a few games there, but anytime you go East Coast, and I can still remember being in 2008 and going with my family to the World Series. I think it was Game 6.
Yeah.
When the game was like split into 2 days because of the rain.
I think yeah.
So we went to both of those, and it was one of the coolest days of my life. So like thinking that going to the World Series game when they won it, and then fast forward playing the big leagues, like anytime you can go.
It's gotta be crazy, dude. Like, getting to that stage you're at now, and then all of a sudden you're playing in these ballparks that you went to as a kid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's gotta be like the raddest feeling.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, I think I've played in every ballpark except for 2 or 3. I forget the actual list, but as far as like favorite ballpark, I think like whenever you go to like Los Angeles Dodgers, Fenway.
Yeah, like all the nostalgia parts.
Yeah, and then it's also you got to add in like performance too. Like in DC, last time I was there, it was like 4 for 5, 2 homers, like balling out on the biggest stage. So like you can't help but look back and be like, oh, I love that stadium because I played really well there. It's tough to.
Do you see a difference too? Like this question's going far, but these are good questions. Like I feel like, do you have parks where you go and like like the grass and the dirt just plays differently?
Yeah,
like you like some more than others.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, this isn't going too far. Like when you're like trying to be a master of your craft, I don't know how it is like being a cop, but all the little things mean the most difference. So like, you go to like Chicago and the grass is different than when you go to Los Angeles, Anaheim. Like the grass is different, the ball plays different. Like as far as like going into a game, your preparation is just a little bit different with taking ground balls and like realizing how it is. Cause then you go to, Texas Rangers and it's turf into dirt. So it's all different, but
Turf's gotta be tough.
It's a little tough cause stuff stays down. I'm always a big fan of natural, natural grass over turf, but there's only a few.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next one is, this is a good one. Better hitter, you or Jake?
So I get this question all the time. Not just like hitting, but like who's a better player?
Yeah,
like,
you're right.
I think I got him right now because being in the big leagues. But you go back to college, like he's the all-time home run leader, RBI leader, like everything at UVA.
Yeah.
So it's kind of tough, pick your poison
It's a
type of
battle.
thing. But like I'm always gonna take myself.
For sure, yeah, dude.
Yeah, for sure.
You. Toughest pitcher you faced so far?
Toughest pitcher, man. I've gotten my ass kicked like for real, like for the past 2 years. Like came up and had a lot of success. I'm trying to think. Like every pitcher's so freaking good now. Like
oh man, yeah.
The thing that's tough in baseball now is that they have a fastball that rides, so like really good vertical break is what we call it. And then they also have one that kind of sinks or goes arm side. So it's you're playing planes.
Yeah.
So a guy that has that is I'm thinking of there's a pitcher Brian Wu on the Mariners. He's got a 4-seam that rises like crazy and he also throws it from a low angle.
Okay.
So it's called induced vertical break. It's basically from release to the catcher's mitt. How much is it not dropping? And his fastball is the best in baseball. If it's low release and it doesn't drop, so it's effectively rising. And then you have to worry about the same one that goes arm side, his sinker. So like that's tough, and you're not even thinking about his off speed, which is really good too. So I'd say Brian Wu.
Wow, that's crazy. See, I would be like, not because I don't play at that level, obviously. I would be like, overall, just Chapman would scare the shit out of me.
Yeah, I mean, he
throws like 105.
He's tough. I mean, he's tough. Like he got me. I remember facing him for the first time, and I mean, you go through that like when first coming up. I think my like 10th start, whatever, or a few starts in, it was Max Scherzer. Oh, yeah. And I trained with him down in Florida too, but I've seen him and like you look up there and you're like, man, I know who that is. Like you're looking at him, he's got 2 different colored eyes too. Yeah. And he's psycho on the mound. I'm like, dude, but facing Chapman too for the first time, like he's got a little hitch. He's like 6'6" up there. Monster. Like he lifts like twice a day type of thing. And the Cuban Missile, everyone knows him. And yeah, there's some tough guys, and it's tough because you're like, oh man, this is so cool. But then you're also like, man, I'm here too. Like I'm trying to compete.
so thing, right.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a little bit like, especially like in the beginning, it's kind of like that. I don't want to say starstruck, but it's like that's such and such. Like holy shit. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Oh yeah.
It's probably be a really cool feeling. I'm sure.
Oh yeah. Like seeing Ohtani on second base when he's with the Angels, and I'm like, dude, like,
what am
what's
I
up,
doing,
bro? Like, and then I'm trying to be like playing it cool, you know, because I'm here too.
Yeah, exactly.
But I'm like, dang, like,
It's cool, man.
Yeah.
Last one that I took was favorite team and player growing up.
Favorite team and player. So I grew up loving the Orioles.
Yeah.
But like as I got older, it was more Philly because I was Orioles for baseball.
Yeah.
But then every other sport, it was always Philly everything. And like I said, I went to the World Series, you know, when I was 8 years old with my family, when they won it. So it's tough. I loved growing up. I watched a lot of Miguel Tejada when he's with the Orioles a little bit. And then I loved Jimmy Rollins on the Phillies.
Yeah,
loved him, like Utley. Like there's some dogs. Like I mean the Orioles teams with like Adam Jones, like
oh yeah, dude, they were great back then. Yeah.
So much swag and like just love. It looks so cool to play the game and going to even like I'm thinking Phillies. I'm throwing out a lot, but I'm just thinking like Shane Victorino.
Oh yeah, all those guys, like the 08 team.
The 08 team like really was like, dang, like I freaking love this game. Like I want to run around like those guys.
Yeah.
And just mash like Ryan Howard with the like pimp jobs going to right field. I'm like, dude, like this game has it all.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
That's cool, man. So also I know you played through some injuries this year.
Yeah.
Missed a lot of the season, right?
A lot of the season.
How
yeah.
you making out with that right now?
So right now I got surgery about a little over 2 months ago on my left shoulder.
Yeah.
I was diving for a ball in Pittsburgh near the end of the year. Completely slipped out to the point where it was completely out of the socket for about a minute until the trainer ran on the field, which I'm looking up, and I don't know if he ran or walked. I haven't really seen the play yet, but it felt like he was walking, and I'm like, dude, freaking hurry up. Like, it's out of the socket right now.
Yeah.
And I looked to him, and I'm like, dang, like it's out. He's like, well, do you trust me? And I'm looking at him, I'm like, yes. Like, get this, like, let's get it over, like, whatever. He's like, all right, holds it, pushes it back in, completely slips back in. And then I get an MRI, X-ray, and then end up getting surgery like 5 days later. So I had that rehab, and it's going really well right now. And then also like at the beginning of the year, like third day left of spring training, feeling good.
Yeah.
Stats don't really matter in spring training, but I'm hitting like, 300 plus, like putting together good at bats, feeling like I'm ready to go, and then get hit with a pitch on my hand, hits my bone perfectly to the point where it breaks. And it's weird because it's my hamate bone, and usually position players will pull it or break it on their bottom hand swinging, and it's usually non-contact injury. So this was a contact one. It hits me perfectly. Have to get surgery. It's like 4 to 6 weeks. I'm like, all right, like roadblock, I'll be back. Like long career, I'm good. And as I'm coming back, rehabbing's going fine. And I'm doing flips and tee and whatever, and then I start to get like this sensation on my left side, like by my oblique area. And I've had an oblique problem. That's what I was out with in 2024 when I missed the Baltimore series. Okay. So I was like, man, not again. Like, what am I doing? And then the MRI comes back, and they're like, it's not oblique. I'm like, oh, cool. And the trainer's talking to the GM. He's like, oh, funny you're here. Like, it's a stress reaction in your 11th and 12th rib. And I'm like, what is that? Like,
just tell me what that means.
Yeah, what does that mean? And they're like, well, it means that you can't do anything for 2 weeks. And I'm like, seriously? And then when I hear it can't do anything for 2 weeks, I know exactly like, well, if I can't do anything for 2 weeks, then it's a build up, and then it's like build up rehab, and then by the time I'm like, 2 weeks means a lot more than just 2 weeks.
Like a month.
Yeah. So dealing with that, and even like coming back, like I still felt it even to the point where I got called back up after my rehab assignment, was struggling just for a few games, and then get sent down, and I still feel it. But I'm like this is something that I think I can play through, and end up getting better. Ended up doing pretty good, but it was a long journey, and even it's like trying to figure out if it's something I can push through or something that's going to get worse and then end up being a bigger problem down the road. So it's been a long journey. And then right when I thought I was starting to, pick it back up a little bit, then, shoulder completely goes. But Yeah, it's been a long year. I mean, struggling a lot, up and down, like a lot of stuff going here and there.
Baseball.
So it's baseball, man.
Yeah, man. That's it. What's your so injury aside, like your typical off season, like what's your off season look like? Do you have do you take any time off, or you jump right into it to like your training regimen?
It's been different over the years. I've always been like a guy that I want to outwork you. Yeah. So I hear people, and I like early on, it was never really talking with Major League Baseball players, but it was more like my teammates and like older veteran minor league players that are in AAA, and they're like, man, you got to take this time off. You got to take this time off. And I see it, and I'm like, yeah, dude, I want to be better than you. Like I don't want to do the same thing you're doing. Like I'm going to be the guy that I'm going to outwork you and pass all you guys. Yeah. And I did that early on, and then once you realize kind of what you need, I would take probably like maybe 2 weeks off from like not doing anything.
Yeah.
But the longest that's what I set out to do, and then the longest I go is like 7 to 10 days, and then I'm back in the weight room getting ready to go. And I'm not doing baseball stuff, but early on,
you're not doing like cage work or anything.
No,
like that
I'm not hitting no matter what. I haven't hit. I usually don't hit until after Thanksgiving. It's going to be a little bit different this year, but it's always getting back in the weight room, trying to take care of my body so that when I do pick up the bat again, it's ready to go. Strength and agility, like everything that I need to get done. Like usually you're really sore from a long season, so that time does help with not doing anything. But going after Thanksgiving is usually when I start to hit and throw again. And then, you think you need to take more ground balls, so I did that early once I got drafted, but realizing you don't really need much. Like I'm not going to forget how to field a ground ball, and then actually working on speed and agility, side to side stuff is going to help me when I actually put a glove in my hand to go. You feel like hitting
balls. Can be like a perishable skill if you don't stay up on it?
I think so. Yeah. I'm like more, it's tough because a lot of people view hitting as like an art, or like, which I see it that way too. So I don't want to ever like lose that, but I also view it as like a train. Like I'm usually doing overload, underload bats to try to get bat speed up every year. Yeah. This year is going to be completely different with all that stuff. But I usually do that. Yeah.
At what point we're going to go back to like your younger days, right? So like at what point during your baseball journey as a kid were you like, this is it? Like I'm all in on this. I don't care about the other sports. If you played other sports, which I don't know what else you played if you did, but at some point there had to be like, this is what I'm going to do. I'm all in to do whatever it is I got to do. Like you were sold.
So it's been a long process, but like I've never really looked at, I knew like going back to Cooperstown when I was 12, and the security guy's like, oh, the only way you get in for free is if you're in the Hall of Fame, your family gets in free. So I'm looking at my parents and I'm like, you guys are going to get in for free, like someday, which right now trajectory is not on that, in that path right now. You never know, you never know. But, so like little things here and there. And then I knew going to play a 14U tournament in Omaha, Nebraska. So the College World Series is out there, and I see University of Virginia, Vanderbilt, bunch of other schools, but I see UVA, and, I just kind of struggled a little bit 8th grade year, spring, but getting better, whatever. And I see all these UVA baseball players. I see the parents, and it kind of clicked. And I was like that, like, I don't know what it was, but it was like, that is what I want. Like I see my parents looked like them. The players look like they all carry themselves like me. Like they work hard. They're sprinting out of the box. I'm like, I love that. Yeah. So then fast forward to UVA, and I'm like, I had to somehow get better. I knew that that's what I wanted to do. So then I trained for it, and I was like, that's what I'm doing. But at the same time, that's also focusing on high school too, like high school, trying to make varsity. So it was like, what I'm trying to say is there's a lot of big goals in the back of my head, but you can't get anywhere without like the little ones right in front of you. So it's more focusing on like, man, I want that. And then it's like kind of going backwards from there. And it's like, where does it start? Like I want to be on varsity as a freshman, and it's working my tail off to get to that. And then it's like, well, now I have to be faster, bigger, faster, stronger, because I'm looking at these guys in college. They're massive. So then it's working my tail off doing that stuff. So it's like here and there, just trying to get better every day, and then look up, get a chance to commit, get an offer to go to UVA like after my freshman year, which is super early. Yeah. Do that, and then it's like right in front of me, like what do I want to do in high school? Like I want to win a state championship, set up for that, and then it's like everything in front of me, trying to do that every day and just win the day. And then you look up, weeks, months, years down the road, and you look up and you're like, wow, I don't even recognize kind of like who I am.
Yeah.
And then you just keep going.
That's why I always tell people, man, it's always about like whatever your goal is, start with the little things.
Yeah.
And along the way, just collect those little wins, right? And just start stacking them.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see your videos. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, heck yeah.
You got to stack the little wins, man. That's what's
yeah,
gonna do it
it's
for
tough, like especially, struggling, and I'm sure you've dealt with your own struggles, like life and death. We're talking about a game of baseball here, but that's my life. And like when you get your ass kicked all the time, like you got to just find ways to have daily wins and just, it's easy to be like really down on yourself. But if you just focus like, man, let me just inch by inch, try to get better every day, just focus on those things, it helps.
So you played travel ball as a kid. My son plays travel ball. I coach travel ball. I think your dad coached too, right?
Yeah, he started the Bombers.
Right, yeah. We were with the Bombers for a few years.
Yeah.
What advice would you give, looking back now, to a dad like me who coaches travel ball, especially like coaches their own kid?
I feel like you got to ask my dad for that, because I think for me, like playing multiple sports was so important because of the competitive aspect and like being a good teammate and finding your role. But then as far as like just the 13U or travel ball, we always did like a lot of practices and try to have more like team practices. I know in travel ball, it's easy to just play on the weekends and not really see each other. You don't even know the guy you're playing with until you see him on Saturday morning at 8 a.m. But just having a lot of practices, trying to get better every day, having good structure, like playing multiple sports, eating well, like all the little things. And then to the point where you don't need to go to showcases until, like, I know as a parent, I'm not a parent, but like I can only imagine, like, I want the best for my kid. And like if you see other kids that are going to a showcase and getting publicity, you're like, my kid can do that. Like I got to put him in the best spot to do that. When really college coaches, if you ask any single one, like Division I baseball coach, they want you playing multiple sports because you're competitive, you're a good teammate, and that matters when you get to the college ranks. Right. And then when you get there and you get the reps that you never got, that I never really had in high school, you just take off. So they know that, if you get to college and you're like playing multiple sports, competitive, really good athlete, and then you get the reps of playing baseball in college, you're like, this guy's going to take off. So it's a lot, but
So kind of go to high school, right? So you look at Cape High School, your brother who's in the Dodgers organization now, working his way through.
Yeah.
Mason Flew-Hardy just pitched in the World Series. You guys all played Cape around the same time, overlapping years, right?
Yep.
Cape is really putting out some elite athletes the last few years. I mean, not just you guys. I mean, even like this year, they're putting kids going to the draft. They're putting kids in top-level D1 schools playing ball. Looking back, what do you think is special about that program that helps you get to where you are now? What are they doing right?
So I'll go back to our lineup.
Yeah.
When I look back at my senior year lineup, the thing that I always tell people is that we had 8 out of our 9 in the starting lineup went Division I to play baseball. That's wild. And they're like, whoa, that's crazy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you're probably thinking, what's the 9th kid doing? He's a professional skimboarder. So we just pumping out athletes. Yeah, like dude. He probably could have played like D1 baseball if he set out to do that, but he was one of the best skimboarders in the world. Timmy Vitella. That's wild. And like I think Cape is great, but I think it's just down here it's so much about community. Like when I think my freshman year, I made varsity, was playing every day, which was awesome. We went to the state championship, which had never been done in school history before. Right. And we're playing with a bunch of, like no one's playing baseball in college. It's not a thought. It's like, let's practice, let's get better, let's try to win. But like we lose state championship, and that just altered my career, like life. I'm like, that is what I'm never going to feel again. So about the program, I think it's more about community and like giving each other role models. Like I looked up to Kai Vitella, and he worked his ass off all the time in multiple sports and conference player of the year. And I was like, I want to be that guy. Yeah. And lose state championship. Fast forward, we have like a community of, dad starting the Bombers org. Everyone's practicing all the time, and it's like a community of like where you can play baseball. and it's structure now.
Yeah.
So I think kind of starting like that, it was a good starting place of like community and how everyone's coming together. Like more people are playing travel ball now. So Cape does a great job. Ben Evick has done a great job. Like look back to Drew Johnson, who played pro ball, played with his kids. Dave Vitello, who's big on like breath work, ABCs. And then it just takes off from that. Like I would like to think that some of the guys that went through high school, Cape, after us kind of looked up to us and be like, oh, that's possible.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Like, oh, I can go to play in college. I can go, play in MLB.
Man, all these kids around here are looking up to you, your brother.
Right. And then it's
Mason, I mean, they're all looking at you.
Yeah, and it's even like the other guys that went D1 that it's like, oh, even if I'm not like meant to be the elite of the elite or playing the Major League Baseball, like I can get a great education and go play baseball somewhere. So I think it's just been slowly but surely, like the community is kind of accepting, like we've got some athletic people here and athletic families that come in that now it's like, let's put it to work and we can do big things. Yeah.
That's gotta be a really cool feeling, man, being where you are now with the MLB and now Mason's up there. I don't think you probably haven't faced him yet.
No, he got optioned when I was about to play the Blue Jays, and then or maybe I was hurt, and then missed him, and then he got optioned, so we like missed each other.
Yeah,
here and
it's
there.
Coming.
Oh, it's coming. It's coming.
Are you guys looking forward to that?
Yeah, I'm sure.
You guys talk about that at all?
Not really.
Not
like,
really.
I mean, like he debuted this year, and I'm like pumped for him. And,
yeah, dude.
Yeah.
That's really cool, man. That's gotta be really cool to look back at that and see like where you are, where he is. Your brother's working his way. Like, it's gotta be a really cool feeling. Man.
Yeah, it's really cool. Yep.
So, working through Cape, through high school ball, what year did you start looking at colleges for ball, or when did they come to you?
So I started looking right after 8th grade year, like going into 8th grade summer. Yeah, I think is whenever that time was when we went out to Omaha, and I knew I wanted to go to UVA.
Yeah.
But I was like, man, like, kind of my parents are like, well, if this is what you want to do, like, it's gonna take a lot. And I was like, I'm gonna do it. Yeah. So 8th grade went to some camps. I think going into my freshman year, so probably 8th grade winter, I'm going to different camps and stuff, and realizing, like, looking at these other guys and realizing I got to get bigger, faster, stronger. It's all about being physically, like, being faster too. Like everyone looks at like exit velo, 60-yard dash. So like I knew that I couldn't face the best arms all the time, like in Florida or in Georgia that play year round, but I could be in the warehouse and doing speed and agility workouts 3 times a week, working out, trying to get my 60 up, doing weighted balls, trying to like throw hard, probably doing some stupid stuff with my brother where we got a pocket radar and I'm just like, running gun, like we're doing running
Throwing
guns.
Your arm out.
We're doing running guns, which is like people do that and that's fine, but we're doing running guns with a bat and like trying to get 90 miles an hour on an exit velo. And I hit like, you're working, you get 93 and we're like, let's freaking go, man. Like, so doing that. And then, that next year kind of hit like a small growth spurt, but, really started to work hard. And I knew that this is kind of the range of schools that I want to go to where it's like ACC.
Yeah.
Didn't really know like how good I was going to be. So I like did the class president thing, like working hard in school where I didn't know if I like wasn't as good. So maybe I go to Ivy League school, but that's something I wanted to do.
Yeah.
And, my first college offer in recruiting was from Pitt. My freshman year, they're kind of in contact. Like I'm doing the whole thing where I'm calling them. They can't call me.
Yeah.
I've already talked to UVA a few times because my travel coach knew that was my dream school, and the recruiting coordinator is at my freshman year playoff game against Sussex Tech, and he's got like a Pitt hat on, and they're like, dude, like people are like, is that a Pitt coach? And I'm like, holy shit, like like that guy, like yes he is. And it like before my first at bat, and I'm like, oh man, like that's pretty sick.
That
like,
pumped the nerves into you?
Well, people were asking like, who is he here for? And I'm not gonna be like, he's here for me. He's here for me. I'm like, he could be for anyone. Like Austin Elliott was freshman too. Like we had some dudes. Like you never know. And I end up having a good game. Like not like hitting homers and stuff, but playing shortstop on varsity. Like turning double plays. I think it was a first and third rundown, and like I'm cutting the ball off and I'm like cutting the distance and tag him out before he scores. Like he's probably thinking, what is this guy, freshman varsity, doing this, playing like a college baseball player? Like, I think I stole 2 bags. So, like, nothing crazy, but, like, stuff that popped up, like, off the charts in other aspects.
Yeah.
And then I get an offer that night, and I'm like, holy shit. Like, am I going to play D1 baseball? Like, I'm a freshman in college or freshman in high school.
Yeah. And
I was pumped. And then I'm always the guy that's like, what's next? Like, Pitt's cool, but like, what's my dream?
I mean, that's gotta light a fire under you.
Yeah. Like, it's easy probably to be like, oh, that's cool. Like, now I know I'm good enough.
Yeah.
But me, I'm like, fuel to the fire. Let's go. Like,
for sure.
I want to go to UVA, and I'm using this. That, like, I'm happy, and I know, like, this is kind of like my fallback, which I'm not saying it's bad. Like,
but UVA was always number 1 for you.
Yeah, it was like UVA, UNC. And then I kind of fell into I knew UNC had kind of like over recruited, and I've heard a little bit like more bad stories with them, which I'm sure it's like that everywhere. But
for sure,
UVA didn't over recruit. Pitt said that I would start. Like, I didn't even know if I was going to play short, third, second, or pitch. Like, at the time I was throwing. And he's like, we want you in the middle of the field, like, playing every day. And I got that from, like, another school. And UVA was like, they didn't tell me anything about playing time. They're like, this is, we're gonna offer you. And we're going to give you a chance.
Yeah.
Like, we don't promise anything here. And he was real. And I'm like,
you like that?
I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Earning your spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good, man.
Yep.
Going from that level, from high school to D1, like, what was the biggest challenge or like learning curve from that jump?
So I'm going from public school at the beach, senior year where you don't really do much.
Yeah.
And then freshman year, college, I think it was just like the balancing of class, practice, trying to get sleep, and then also having fun too.
Yeah, trying to be a college student.
Yeah, I'm trying to be a college student, but like, I know I want to go, like, I want to play. Like, I was there on a goal to win the third base starting job.
Yeah.
But then also I'm like kind of a computer where I'm like, well, it's at your detriment to just think about baseball all the time. So I'm going out, having fun with my friends, going out, having a good time, being a normal college student, but then also trying to balance that with being ready on the weekends to, get better at practice, and then still trying to be a good student too.
Just finding that balance is.
Yeah, it's tough because like there are times where you probably got to pick a few. Like, if it's baseball, having fun, class, like sleep, like you got to pick maybe like 2 out of the 4 some weeks, or like over finals, it's like baseball's to take a back seat where I'm mostly just taking care of my body, but I got to focus on these finals. And then it's like maybe that week I'm not sleeping much. So it's kind of like finding your way in life, trying to find that balance through it all. But that was tough. As far as on the field, like, I think second weekend in the ACC, this lefty, I think his name's Connor Thomas. He's throwing like 88, 90, 88, 91, like pretty good, but like I've seen it on the summer circuit. And he does this thing where he pronates a little bit too much, and I see it and I swing through it, and I could have sworn I hit it left center homer. Yeah. And I swing through it and I realize it's a changeup, and I'd never seen a real changeup before. So I go to college, I'm like, man, this is going to be tough. Like, I don't like this.
The all speed stuff's way different.
Way different. Cause I mean, going back to high school or like the summer circuit, guys are throwing hard, but like if he misses twice with the slider, like I'm the guy batting leadoff, like going to UVA, like we're not giving him a fastball. If he misses really like way down and away with a slider, does it again, it's like, all right, let's gear up. Here comes a fastball down the middle. But it's different.
So what year did your brother went to Virginia with you? How many years behind you is he?
He's 2 years behind me. So we won the state championship together my senior year, and then he went to IMG Academy for high school for 2 years, and then we met up at UVA my junior year, his freshman year.
Okay.
Yeah.
How was that, man? Having your brother come up and playing at UVA together?
It was crazy. Yeah. Because he was committed to William & Mary at first, and then stuff fell through there, and once his recruitment kind of opened up, I called O'Connor, who was our head coach at the time. And I'm like, hey, I never told you about recruiting Jake, like, because I didn't know for sure if he could play here or like make an impact, and I didn't want to like I'm gonna say how it is.
Yeah, you don't want the pressure on
yeah,
you.
and I'm not gonna be like I obviously wanted to play with my brother, but
Right.
he wasn't like he was kind of like a later bloomer.
Yeah.
And I called Coach O'Connor. I'm in the middle of like Michigan playing Northwood's college summer league, and I'm like, hey, like Jake opened up his recruitment, like his dream school is to play at UVA. I want to play with him, and like I'm not making this call because like I just want to play with him. I know for sure like he will make an impact in this program, and he knew I never said anything like that. So, and I just got done playing every day at third base, like doing well. Knew my family, like did everything the right way, and he was like, all right, like I don't have any money left, but I'll call you back. And it was like 15 minutes later, he's like, yeah,
I got the money.
Yeah. Well, no, he didn't. He walked on. He's like, I don't have money, but like I made too many promises. Like I've got everything set, but like we'd love to have him. It's just gonna be a walk on, but he's got a spot. He'll get into the school, like all that stuff. But
he made an impact.
And I think like we talking with O'Connor, he's like, man, that's the best decision we've ever made. And I'm like, come on, man. Thanks, like man. I'm right here.
That's cool, man.
But yeah, it was cool, and then getting to play with him, going to College World Series, like it was sick.
That was my next question. Like, what would be your most memorable moment? Would that be it, going to the World Series with him?
Like playing with him?
Yeah, playing with him at the World Series.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. That was really cool.
Yeah.
Especially seeing him like grow up, get better, and he didn't really play much freshman year, and you could tell like getting in the game like kind of nervous here and there, and then ACC tournament, our first baseman goes down, and or maybe it was like, I think we're playing Virginia Tech, which is a hostile environment. UVA versus Virginia Tech, like strike out, you're walking back, and the whole student section's like left, right, left, right, left, right. And then like my brother
playing in Philly or something.
Yeah, no, it is. It's worse because in Philly it's so loud you can't really hear everyone else.
You can hear everybody there.
Yeah, but like there it's just, parents or like people there to watch the series, and then you got student section on each side. Like the students went from my side saying like, your brother's way better, like the only reason, like I don't know, just chirping me about my Jake.
Yeah.
And then they go to the other side, first base, and they're saying the same exact chirps to him about me. And I'm like, hey, did they say this too? He's like, yeah. I'm like, man, they're just not original at all.
Getting in your head, yeah.
Yeah, but seeing him growing up, get better, and then I think he went 3 for 5, and then after that it was like just took off, hitting homers here and there, like coming up big, and yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's cool, man. So you go through UVA. What you went to the draft? What, your junior year?
Yeah, junior year. Yep.
So did you know that going into that season that was going to be your?
Yeah, I mean that's like the trajectory of how it works usually. So freshman year I played every day.
Yeah.
Sophomore year was COVID, but I led the ACC in like every category in the 18 games we had. So going into junior year, like I knew I was somewhere in like the top 50 draft prospects or like whatever it was on all the rankings. Excuse me. So I knew that that's probably what was going to happen, but I tend to put a lot of pressure on myself and ended up starting out the season really slow. We were not doing well as a team, like not even going to get into the tournament. And had a conversation with O'Connor, and I was just being passive, like playing scared to lose type of thing or scared to fail. Yeah. And he's like, I'm moving you to leadoff spot where you were freshman year every day for us, and like just go out there and be aggressive. And like from that point, I went from hitting, I think it was like 250, which is not good in college for like my standards, like 240 or whatever, with doing okay, to the rest of the year hitting like 350 with some homers, doubles, like stolen bases, playing good defense, and ended up being like all tournament team for the regional, super regional, and College World Series, which I don't think I'd ever been done for UVA. So playing at my best at the end of the year against the best pitchers in the country. So I knew that, I was going to be up there somewhere in the top few rounds. Yeah, and then it worked out. Got to a good spot.
Yeah, so you go second round in the draft.
Second round, yep.
And dude, where were you when you got that call? Were you home?
Yeah, I was home. Yeah, so my agent told me to had a really good year. Just go home, enjoy it. Don't do anything. Like they're basically like, do not get yourself hurt. Like,
yeah, do nothing.
Do nothing. They're like, just have a good time with your family. Like, be a kid. Like, go go to the beach, man. And I'm like, okay, like I'll work out, but not be going crazy.
Yeah.
Because they don't want me to say if I get hurt and I don't pass a physical for the draft, like that would be terrible.
Yeah.
So I'm just hanging out with friends and family and trying to get it all in. You know, it's in the summer, so I'm going to whatever buddy's working that day on the beach shack, hanging out with my brother. I think he was home. And then getting the call that day and just trying to not think about it. But yeah, it was crazy.
I know it's a draft, so you don't have a choice at where you go. But like when you have an agent, I don't know anything about that process, obviously. Like, can you put together like this is where I'd like to go, and your agent's like, I'll make some calls and see who's interested? Does that kind of stuff happen, or is it like, nah, man, like you're gonna get what you get?
Baseball is different because in football and basketball, it's usually the best player goes like 1, 2, 3, 4. But with baseball, you can change the slot values. So like this past year, the first overall pick got way under slot. So he might not have been like the best player, like gotten the most money, but they know that this is how they want to work their draft because in the second round, they're going to sign a high school kid that won't sign for the slot value or something like that.
Gotcha.
So it's a little bit different, but going into it, it was broken up into 2 days, and day one was just the first round. And I knew I didn't have a chance to go in the first round, so it's just kind of doing calls leading up to it with my agent, and it's tough because I put him in a really tough spot because he's like, what's your minimum you'll sign for? Because they need to act on my behalf because I'm not doing any of the calls.
Right.
So they're like, what's your minimum amount? Like, what's your number? What's your number? And I'm like,
you don't know.
I'm like, dude, I can't give you a number because I know that if I go back to my senior year, the teams have all the leverage and they can sign you for, $50K. And what are you going to say? No?
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. So,
go.
Right. Exactly. So I knew like, I just wanted to get an opportunity to go and like, just give me the most amount. He's like, well, that's not an answer. And I'm like, sorry, dude, like, whatever you think. And then day 2,
he's got the experience.
Yeah. I'm like, man, like I want to play pro ball. Like I'm trying to go.
Yeah.
But if someone takes me and like gives me at the time, like 500K was a lot lower. And I'm like, I'm not taking that.
Yeah.
He's like, would you take this number? I'm like, I'm not getting into the numbers like that. But I ended up working out, like, just talking with him back and forth. Like, this is what we've heard from teams. I knew that the A's were interested. Some other teams were interested, probably going under slot, like early second round. That year, the Dodgers didn't have a draft pick in the second round because I think they signed a free agent, so they lost their second round pick. Like, part of, I don't know, it's complicated, but they had the last pick of the third round, so I knew they loved me.
Yeah.
Learned like a year later they had interest in me in the first round too. It would have been under slot, but I knew like that was my floor. So I knew that I was going to go somewhere between second and third round. And I didn't even know I got drafted until my agent Garrett called me. And as soon as I pick up, the A's are on the clock, and I'm like, man, the pick is in. Like I haven't heard anything. I'm not going here.
Yeah. And
I pick it up, and he doesn't say anything like initially, and then it was like Zack Gelof on the screen, and I'm just like, holy shit, on TV.
That's cool, man.
And he's like, man, he's got a southern accent. I can't even do him, but he's like, man, I'm so sorry, man. Like, I thought you'd take it. I'm like, what'd we get? He's like, got you full slot value. I'm like, let's fucking go, dude. Like, yeah, I'll take it.
Awesome, dude.
Yeah, and my dad, like, I don't even think he gave me a hug. He's running out the door.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
telling everybody.
No. Well, I'm like, where did dad go? It's been 5-10 minutes. He comes back from lids with like at the outlets as many A's hats as he could find. And he's handing them out, and he's just like wearing it. I'm like,
it rain with A's hats.
Yeah, and I'm like, dude, you can't give me, like, obviously he gave me a hug.
That's
I'm
awesome,
like,
dude.
Yeah, he's like, I gotta go get a Lids hat and come back, and yeah, it was cool.
That is awesome. That's gotta be a great feeling to see all
surreal
that hard work come through. Like
yeah.
So you get drafted. Like, how soon are they like, all right, you're drafted, get your shit together, we need you out in Oakland or wherever you had to report to?
Yeah, so the regional scout who actually came a few weeks prior, I think, to like, I don't know if he talked or whatever, but my agent's like, whatever you do not pick up the phone from any A's like guy or whatever. So he's calling me, probably like he's ecstatic, like, because he is basically assigned to me. Like my success is tied with his success now, because he's like, he vouched for me in the draft process. They took him, and now he's like, you know, if I have success, it's like, who was his regional scout who signed him? Yeah. But anyways, declined that call. I think I've declined like another call, and they're like, you'll get some info in the next day or two. Just hang tight, like whatever. And I did I think like it was probably like a podcast or a news questioning. It's over Zoom because it's still COVID-ish. So I did that, and then a week went by, and then it was like, all right, you're flying out. We need you out in Arizona for physicals, kind of like a spring training in the summer for all the draft guys. So I did physicals, did my signing out there, and then did like a mini circuit with all the draft guys with doing drills and stuff, getting ready to go. And then out of nowhere, they're like, all right, Zach, you're going to Low A.
Yeah.
So like 2 weeks in, I'm going out to Low A in California, like complete opposite side of the country. I'd never been to like I've been through, but like never been to Texas, like California, like any of these states. And now I'm just like in it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wow, this is crazy.
So so you played, at what point did they transition you to second? You were at third at UVA, right?
Yeah, I was at third every day my college career, and then played third like after getting drafted. I was third every day because they tend to just kind of let you go before like do anything to you. And then the next year in spring training, I'm like, hey, I can play second base too. Like I think I can do it, and I'm kind of looking up like how the team's looking at the major league level because at the time they
how
had
the lineup's looking down through the organization and stuff.
Right. Like I'm not really looking at like the organization because I don't really care. I'm like looking at the top, like who am I going to get to? Yeah. And I'm looking at Chapman, Olsen. I don't think they had Simeon at the time, but I was like, I think I get
was
second.
Kemp there?
Kemp was there. Yeah. So he was balling, like doing his thing.
Yeah.
That's my guy, TK.
Yeah.
So it was less about them. It's more like me. And I'm looking at all these guys and my arm has never been like crazy good.
Yeah.
And I'm like, but I'm way more athletic than all these guys. Like, and I realized I can play some second base, and I have like a lower arm slot that plays over there. And my agent had always told my dad, like, I think second base is going to be a spot. And it ended up going to my minor league coordinator and being like, hey, can I like just get a look over there or, you know, do some stuff? He's like, yeah, actually let's try it out. And then do well in 2022. I'm kind of just playing third for the first like month. Get hurt. I actually tore my labrum, but partially tore it, and I rehabbed it for 6 weeks. I think it was 8 weeks. And come back, and I'm starting to do like 50-50. Our GM comes into town in Tulsa, Oklahoma, which is AA for the Dodgers, and is like, why is he playing third base, to our manager, who's our third base coach in the big leagues now, Bobby Crosby. He's like, well, we were playing him 50-50. That's what we wanted. He's like, no. He's like, that's his spot over there. Like, just leave him. So then the rest of 2022, it's transitioning to playing second base, and got better and better. Yeah. And then went to like fall league that year and just played second base because I'm trying to learn a new position. Yeah. There's some roadblocks for sure learning it, but
do you think that kind of really changed your path moving up, going to the second base slot?
Yeah, because I also would in 2022 in AA during BP, I'm like power shagging in center field. So like a lot of guys are just staying out there shagging, and I'm an infielder. But after taking ground balls, I'm like, I'm not going to take hundreds and hundreds of ground balls, so I'm going to just go out in center and power shag.
Yeah.
And our minor league coordinator was like, hey, I see you out there. And I'm like, yeah, you know it. Like I can track him out there. Like, 'cause I'm fast, athletic, I get good reads, whatever. And I was like, you gotta put me out there. He's like, all right. So like next day we're in San Antonio, and I'm get to start in center field. I'm like, dude, I don't even have a glove. Like I'm talking all this crap.
You got a middle infielder's glove.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't even have a glove for this, and go out borrow someone else's. And the field we're playing at in San Antonio plays so big, so it's a lot of ground to cover. But the wind like always blows in, and that day was blowing in even harder. So like everything gets caught up, and I'm like tracking him to the warning track, like getting around it because the wind's coming in. And they were like, man, like this, I probably look so good out there because the wind's blowing straight in. But I think I go like 0 for 4.
Yeah.
And they're like freaking out because they're like, oh, like is this gonna? They're freaking out like, oh, he's been hitting so well. Like, we don't want to mess this up.
Yeah. So
that was my only game playing center, but it was like, oh, he can play out there.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
You got a little bit of a variety out there, then that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So You worked your way through minors pretty quick.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, like 2 seasons?
Yeah, it was 2 years to the day, basically, from getting drafted. It was low A.
That's a fast traction.
Yeah, it was really fast. So I got drafted in 21. Played 1 day of rookie ball in Arizona.
Yeah.
Went and played like 35 games in low A, which is in Stockton, California. And then the next year, I knew it was either going to be like high A, and I was like, I think there's an outside shot of going to double A.
Yeah.
But the few like early rounders from the years before got sent to double A for their first like full season and ended up struggling. So they're kind of scared of that, and they're like, I think this guy like kind of has it. So they sent me out to double A to start my full year. So I'd completely skipped high A. And then by the end of that year, I went to play in triple A for the last like week and a half of the season, because our season ended and their season went on.
Yeah. And
then in 2023, or actually in 22, I went to the fall league too. That was when I was learning the new position. And then 23 started in triple A, and then All-Star break got called up. So it was basically 2 years to the day since getting drafted.
When you got called up, you were here, right? When you home?
I was here, yeah. I missed it. I missed the call.
Did you have a feeling it was coming soon, or was it just like totally like, oh, it came?
I knew, like I was doing pretty good, and I knew like at some point I was gonna get the call, so I just want to be ready. Yeah. Like I'm not necessarily like, call me up now. I'm just like, you guys can do whatever you want to do. Like whenever you call me, I'm gonna be ready.
I'm here.
Yeah. So I knew that I was doing pretty good, and then the last like 2 weeks I was starting to like heat up. Like it was like change up in, like line drive down the left field line, and then it was like fastball up and away, like 106 to right center.
Yeah.
Like walking, playing pretty good defense, and I'm like, whenever, like I'm good. But I do remember a few days before getting called up, me and Tyler Soderstrom were both in AAA at the time, and we both go like 0 for 4, 3 Ks. Everyone else is crushing it.
Yeah.
And we're both like kind of on the same path. He's out of high school, but I'm like, man, what are we gonna do? What are we like? I'm like, we're playing in the field. He's playing first. I'm like, what are we gonna do, man? He's like, man, I'm catching a flight tomorrow. Like, I'm going to the futures game, which is what they do, like for the minor league, like all-star team or like prospects. And I'm like, oh, that's right. He's not even worried about it, and I got to figure out how to perform these next 3 days. So I'm like always like in the thick of it, like where I'm at.
Yeah.
But then we end up both getting called up together.
Yeah, you guys debuted the same day.
Same day. Yeah.
When you got the call. Yeah, take me through that, because I know you missed the call originally, right?
Yeah, so AAA, so I'm sleeping in bed, and with the time difference, I sleep in, like I never sleep in until like 11. Like I'm always up early, or like at least into it, and it's like 11 a.m. or like 10:30. I didn't plug my phone in because I'm like, what do I need that for? And been playing for months, and I turn over like early on in the morning, plug my phone in, and then I get these like vibrations. I'm like, what is that? And it's like 3 missed calls for Fran Reardon, who's my AAA manager, and then a text, and it's like, call me, like it's urgent. My heart starts pounding, because I'm like, come on, give it to me. And I call him, and I'm like literally just in my underwear, like half asleep, and I'm just like, because my phone's still like on 5%, so it's still plugged in, and I'm like moving my head this way. And I'm like, hey, what's up, Fran? Like, how's it going? He's like, oh, nothing. Like, how are you doing? I'm like, what you got, man? Like, what you got? He's like, oh, like, nothing. What are you doing? I'm like, well, my brother just got drafted, so I'm hanging out with him. Super pumped for him. I'm wearing the Dodgers hat, like, but don't worry. I'm not getting used to it. I'm just supporting him. And he's like, that's good, because he finally found his in. And he's like, oh, that's good, because you're going to be wearing the Ace hat on Friday against Minnesota. And I don't even know. I think I kind of blacked out. But I'm like, are you bullshitting me? Are you bullshitting me?
Yeah.
He's like, no. Why would I do that? I'm like, I don't know. Are you fucking with me?
Yeah.
And he's like, no. Like you're going to the show. I'm like, let's go. So I run downstairs. Like, well, I changed first, obviously, and my whole family is out there with. So it's my mom, my dad, my brother, and Carrie Lebo, who runs the Cal Ripken Jr. Foundation. So like, talk about someone like family friend, another baseball person. And I'm like, I couldn't even get my words out. I'm like, I'm going to the big leagues. Like, I'm going to the show. And they're like, what? And I looked to my brother and I'm like, because he just got drafted second round, same pick as me.
Yeah.
Signed for more slot value. So like he's got that over me. He's giving me like all that stuff. And I'm like, I literally turned to Jake. I'm like, suck it, Jake. Because I just one-upped him. He's like, oh, you get drafted? That's cute. I'm going to the big leagues,
awesome.
Dude. But like, obviously, like nothing but support, but I'm just giving him,
it's awesome,
him
dude.
stuff. Yeah, it was funny.
That's great.
Yeah. Yeah.
So same kind of question as before. Like, what day was this on? What was you had to be there on a Friday? How many days did you have to get there?
So All-Star break was Monday through Thursday, and he called me on that Tuesday maybe, because it had to be Tuesday because I had one full day at home to get all like I needed to save my friends and family, and then Thursday I flew to Vegas, or I flew to Oakland, but I had a connector in Vegas because all my stuff's there. So I stopped in Vegas, packed up everything I had in my apartment, put it in my car, took like 3 swings off the tee. Or like no one's there to flip to me, but I'm freaking out. I'm like, man, because I go on All-Star break and I'm like, I'm not hitting, over All-Star break. I'm taking the mental clarity, like mental chill out, like whatever. But I'm playing in the big leagues on Friday. I'm like, I got to take like a few rounds of tee.
You got to get some reps in,
Yeah. So I'm like, all right, it's not even my own bat. Like, I don't even know if I have batting gloves, but I'm just like ripping it. Like, all right, like, yeah, I'm locked in. I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
And pack everything up, fly out to Oakland that night, and debut the next day. It was crazy.
So you get to the stadium on your debut day. You get in the locker room. You see your locker. Your jersey's hanging up. Your name on it. Like, I gotta imagine that at that moment you're like, for me, I would imagine that would be like, that's the moment I made it. I did it. Like all the hard work I put in, my childhood dream, it just happened. Like that. I feel like that would hit me at that moment. How was that?
Yeah, it's funny because it really didn't hit me. Yeah. I'm just like, man, I'm so pumped. I'm with Tyler.
Too excited, too focused on task.
Yeah, and I'm like pumped. I'm like, let's freaking go. Like, who are we facing today? Like, what pitcher, whatever, saying hi to the coaches, manager. Lucky for me, it was kind of a busy day. Like, we did cuts and relays, full BP, like bunt defense, which never happens in the big leagues. So I was busy all day. And then I get reporters questions and all that stuff. And Tyler at the time was like a bigger prospect, so he was kind of taking that heat away, and I loved it too because I'm like, all right, like I'm like, I had
time to focus, stay focused.
Yeah, like I'm here too, like whatever, like underdog mentality. But yeah, it was really cool. First pitch, fly out to right field, and I'm kind of like, all right, like
we watched the game.
Yeah, I'm like, all right, like
else here,
like that wasn't great, but I'm like, I just made contact and I got to run like round first. I'm like, like that felt good. Like I think I'm right there.
You're putting it in play, man.
Yeah, and I'm like, all right, second at bat. I think it was like second and third, 1 out or something like that, and work a really long at bat with Maeda, and he throws a sweeper like up and away and just like absolutely hammer it, but it was like straight up.
Yeah.
But it just took off and hit the top of the wall, and that's, I'm sure, like the clip you saw or when you were watching it live, the double. Yeah. I do. I saw it. We watched it, and I saw it go up, and I was like, oh, it's gone. Yeah.
At the very top of that wall, I was like, damn.
I know. And it's literally a flat, like it was so high that it almost hit the very top of the wall, which is crazy, but yeah.
Dude, how sweet was it having your family there, your parents, your brother? Like, that had to be really, really cool feeling, man.
Yeah, it was.
Watching you.
It was awesome. So I had parents out there, my brother out there, which like in our life, it's really rare that you get to actually have like all of our family there, like tight, because Jake's got his own thing.
Path,
and I'm on my own path, and my parents trying to fit in like all the traveling and that stuff. So for Jake to get drafted, and then for the Dodgers to be like, yeah, go see your brother's debut. We'll see you the next day. So I think they might have even like paid for the flight or something over the A's, which is like super funny. But yeah, had them out there, had my like financial advisor, his wife, which were close, and then my agent. Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah. First homer. Do you remember who it was off of?
Yeah.
Who was it?
Ryan Stanek.
Ryan Stanek?
Yeah, it was at 98 up and away, just absolutely demolished. Yeah.
How was that? I imagine like hitting your first homer in the big leagues a pretty big milestone. It's like
I mean, it was tough at bat, like really good pitcher. He's still pitching in the big leagues now. Up and away, like my bread and butter when I'm going well is right center field and hit it, crush it. like off the scoreboard, like above the yellow line, and I'm running around like, yeah, like this is not like, oh, this is sick. I'm like, this is so cool. I'm just like, yeah, like that felt good. Like I like,
you got the first one out of the way.
Yeah, definitely. I felt more relieved when I got the first hit over the first homer, because I was still like getting some hits, but I think like at the end of the clip, I'm like, the ball actually came back in, so it's not often you get to keep your first home run ball unless you go to the fan. So like actually bounced back in, but they threw it to like the ball boy, and like as I'm touching home plate, I'm like looking to my left or pointing to my left, like get the ball. But I'm like, wait, I'm in the big leagues, so I'm like trying to act cool, you know?
Yeah, I don't need that ball.
And then the funny thing too is no one gave me daps in the dugout. I'm getting the full silent treatment. Ghosted me. I'm like, all right, cool. Like I get it. I've seen it before. Yeah.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
I read a stat. It was you were the fastest A's player in history to his first 6 home runs.
Yeah, it was some
crazy.
I'm some ESPN stat. They're like,
it was like some ESPN stat I saw.
Yeah, let's make it so he looks good. Like,
I was like, that's a random one.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's like, wait, like it was like 6 homers, 6 stolen bases. Like, no, well, he's the second to do that. Like, let's do 6 homers, 8 stolen bases. It's like, oh, he's the first to do that. Let's put that out there.
It's still pretty cool.
Yeah, it was cool.
One thing I want to touch on, because I think this is really interesting, is I don't know. I think it was before you got to. It was definitely before you got to the majors. Was WBC, the World Baseball Classic?
Yeah,
dude. How was that? Especially like playing, because you were on Team Israel, right?
Yeah, Team Israel.
It had to be really just like a really cool thing, man.
Yeah, it was cool. I went from spring training in Arizona to flying to Florida. It was in West Palm Beach Gardens, to do a few exhibition games and workouts.
Yeah.
And I didn't debut yet. Ian Kinsler is my head coach, or the manager. Yeah. Kevin Euclid is on the staff. Like, talk about some dudes. And then, like, you know, Jock Peterson's there, whatever.
Kinsler.
Yeah.
He was with the Rangers, wasn't he?
Yeah, he's with the Rangers, Tigers, some other teams too. And I'm like, man, I'm looking up to him, because I'm like, I think I can, you know, play good defense, steal bags, hit homers. So learning from him was really cool, because I just moved to second base too. And then, you know, playing in the World Baseball Classic, you're playing against not just like all-star teams, but Hall of Fame teams in Dominican Republic, Venezuela, and Puerto Rico. It was insane. I mean, like I went, you know, playing the first game. I struggled, but it was only like 10 at bats. But it was crazy. Like we ended up losing to the big time teams. And then we beat Nicaragua, which was a close game, a lot of fun. And then I actually went in between on one of our off days. We just had practice that day. Went to the Venezuela versus Dominican game, and it was unbelievable. Like the best baseball game and atmosphere I've ever been a part of, and that was including
fans and everything,
because they're having, it's part of their culture, like part of their religion, and their blood is like baseball, and you know they're bringing like bells, whistles, drums, and stuff. It's a full on concert.
It's like a soccer game in the UK.
It's a soccer game. Yeah, it's a full on soccer game going on with baseball. And the thing that I can appreciate too is, like, you know, when you go to a kid's game, like on a Wednesday at 11 a.m. or something, when you're playing the game, you hit a pop up to the like shortstop, whatever. All the kids are like, ooh, like, oh, because they're like, they see the ball go up. Man, they are so locked in, like the Dominican or Venezuelan fans, that like guy on second base, no outs, and it's a ground ball to second base to like get him over. Like they are cheering, like, because they know baseball, they know situations, they know. So that was crazy. Yeah. And then I'm in like, you know, for instance, I'm in the 3rd inning batting, and there's no one on base. Like they're up like 3-0. So it's not like a crazy spot, but you would have thought it's Game 7 World Series, like bases loaded. They're like, you know, 2 strikes. It's like ponche, ponche, and they're which is like punch out basically, or strike out. And they're just going nuts. So then by the time I debut, I'm in the Coliseum. There's like, you know, 5,000 fans. Yeah. If that. It's like, you know, I could kind of chill out a little bit, because it's just playing baseball. But
that's a cool experience, man.
Yeah.
Playing in that kind of environment.
Yeah, like, really cool.
For a national team, that's really a special thing, man.
Yeah. Plus, it's cool because like I get to honor my, you know, family legacy, like being, you know, Jewish, my parents, and then thinking of having like perspective of thinking of my grandparents who had passed, you know, a while ago, but thinking of them too, it was really cool.
That is a really neat thing, man.
Yeah.
So with the A's, guys are leaving Oakland. You're going to Vegas till the stadium's done. You're in Sacramento, right?
Yep, Sacramento.
How's that going with because you guys are using the minor league field up there?
Yeah.
So I'm sure they did a lot of work to get it up to like MLB standards and stuff. But how is it going from like the Coliseum to it's a smaller venue?
Yeah.
Is it weird or is it kind of like how's that working out for everybody?
It's been a process for sure.
Yeah.
You go from the Coliseum where it's huge, great surface. Like that was probably the best surface that I've ever played on, and I love the grounds crew there.
Yeah.
And then going to Sacramento, it's definitely a AAA stadium.
Yeah. Especially with the Oakland, the Coliseum, like even like the foul area. Monster. Yeah.
Monster.
It's huge. Like so much real estate there to cover.
Yeah. So it's a lot different. Facilities are nice. For sure, like they did it right, as good as they could do with the situation. But yeah, it's definitely different. And it's tough, but like you're playing the big leagues, playing against the best. So
yeah. So you played in the last game at the Coliseum.
Yeah,
I would imagine that's a pretty special moment. You're one of the last players to play in that ballpark. The last game to be played in that ballpark.
Yeah, that was crazy. I mean, you got like the smoke bombs going off, like people streaking the field, absolutely packed, and it was a really good game too. That was really cool, and it wasn't like the last game of the season, so we had to basically pack our stuff up. We stayed on the field, like said our goodbyes, and it was awesome. But then at the same time, like the whole fan base is in a tough spot because they're pretty mad and a little bitter, which that's rightfully so how they felt, but there could turn into anger, like you don't really know. So we had security everywhere, police officers everywhere.
Oh, dude, I saw people on TV like ripping chairs out of the stadium.
Yeah, like crazy, crazy. And then we're getting police escorts to the airport and taking off, and we're finishing our season in Seattle.
Yeah.
So that was the last time I've been in there. It's kind of weird because you want to sit there and like take apart your locker, but really that's the last time you're there. I packed my stuff up. Did
you get to take any like cool memorabilia with you?
I took like I think I've got some dirt or something from there, but I don't even know where it's at. The thing that I love is I got a gift from my girlfriend's family, and it was like the newspaper of us leaving Oakland. It was like on the front page of like the Bay Area Times, I think it was, and framed it, and like it's like me with the Oakland jersey and like everyone taking their hat off, and I'm like at the front of it, and I just thought that's really cool to like hold something like that.
Yeah.
So
that's pretty cool, man.
Yeah.
So I got like a mindset I'm a mindset adversity kind of guy. So baseball is, my opinion, it's one of, if not the hardest sport. It really is.
Yeah.
So it's a sport where you fail 70% of the time and you could be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Yep. So playing a game like that, how do you find it? What do you do to keep your head in the game, to stay up on those slumps? Like, what do you do?
I'm still learning, and it's a nonstop process with me. I've tried to have like a really good foundation of people around me, because I tend to internalize a lot of things, and I'm a perfectionist at heart. So like, it's tough for me to have perspective at times where, you have a bad day and, I might go 0 for 4, but make a really good play on defense, or like, if I get, 0 for 3 of the walk and I'm stealing a bag and end up scoring, I just view some things as like a given. Like I need to make every play on defense. I need to be the best base runner I can. Like, but I didn't do this. So sometimes I tend to focus on the negatives because there's so much. But I think just having a good foundation of like the people around me, and then also having like a mental strength coach or, psychologist that's kind of in my circle too.
Yeah.
But then just, constantly just trying to talk to my, close family and try to stay positive and like focus on bringing that. They help me bring myself back to like the moment in the present and just like doing what I can that day, and just knowing like life's going to be good no matter what, like I got great friends, great family, like no matter what happens in baseball, like I'm gonna be good. I have a great life, like got great friends. So like life's gonna be good no matter what. Just do what you got to do, Yeah.
So one more question. We'll get ready to wrap it up because I don't want to keep you. I know you're not here.
Oh, it's all good. I got dinner at like 6 with my cousins. So,
so like we talked about earlier, being local here, a lot of these kids here look up to you. all these ball players here look up to you. Your brother Mason. What would be advice for these guys who are playing travel ball, little league, even getting into school ball now? What would be your advice to them to get to the level that you're at? What could you tell them to help them along the way?
There's a lot of things. Off the top of my head, I think foundationally it would just be play multiple sports while you can in high school. And then just trying to get better every day. I know that's a pretty bland statement, but like if you're playing multiple sports and you're trying to be the best teammate you can be and you're working hard in your free time, you're also just trying to be your best in anything, like in school, whatever it is, but like just working your tail off and trying to be super competitive in multiple things. And then realizing like, down the road, being competitive and like having that will to win and being a good teammate is going to take you far no matter what. Because, most people are not going to be playing baseball professionally. And like, even if you are, odds are like you're not going to make enough to like withstand the rest of your life, like for what you want to do. So like, I think being a good teammate, being competitive, like playing multiple sports early on really just carries with, your relationships, work, trying to be the best person you can be. So those are the two things is I would just say like multiple sports to stay competitive and then also just, work hard in anything you do. Pretty bland, but like the thing that I try to do is have goals, like long-term goals, and then realize like those are in the back of my head of what I want to do. And then realizing that like I need to get to those. It's already in my head. I've written it down to just focus on like the daily goals and small wins every day to get better. Like if I want to be the best athlete on the field at all times, like what does that mean? And then it's branching out into diet, sleep, and working out. So it's like if I just focus when I wake up, it's like drinking water, like kind of like a robot. It's like water, food, and then it's like sleep. Am I going to bed at the right time? It's like, am I disciplined to that?
I call it your daily disciplines.
Yeah, daily disciplines. So that'd be a good time. Like putting it on a whiteboard. So even if I'm not like seeing it every day, it's like it's there and I know like what I need to do. It kind of brings me back to anything I can do to go back to the present of knowing that, these, if I said, oh, I'm going to be in the big leagues in like however many years when I was in 8th grade, that would feel like a lot. But if it was like, hey, don't worry about that. Focus on, getting your 60 time to this or like exit velo or like the next goal you have like in front of you is make it to varsity, like make the varsity team as a freshman. It's like, well, even that, if that feels big, it's like, what does it mean? It's like, well, bigger, faster, stronger, or like playing soccer, like, oh, I should be practicing. It's like, no, being competitive and being a good teammate and like playing to win is going to make you better to make the team in the spring. So like kind of breaking it down from the biggest of goals, kind of what we talk about with like the camp that me and Jake put together. Yeah. It's like we gave out whiteboards for the first 2 years. We're not doing that this year, but having that whiteboard of like, no matter how big your goals are, just try to win the daily battles and like try to just win the day. Yeah. And then just keep stacking days.
The first year you guys did it, my son went, he got the whiteboard.
Yeah.
It's hanging in his room.
Is it? Does he use it?
He uses it.
That's awesome. That actually means so much to us because like Jake will use it sometimes, I think, but like I'm a guy that I still have it hanging in my room from high school where it wasn't a whiteboard, it was a piece of paper, but it was like trying to break it down into like, hitting, like what do I want to do? Like, and then it's like branch it out into like the daily things, like diet, sleep, whatever it is. But yeah, that's awesome. Like
so going into that following spring on his whiteboard, he had on there, he wanted to have the highest batting average on his team going into the spring season. He finished the spring season with 1 strikeout the whole season.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's sweet.
1 strikeout, man. Yeah, so it works, man. It's all, it's setting those, you have long-term goals, but you got to start small with the short-term goals. Yeah. And you got to stick to your daily disciplines. That's what it's about.
Definitely. So. Yeah, and it's tough because, like, life comes at you fast. Like, a lot of negative stuff comes, roadblocks are always coming through anyone's life. But, like, for me, just having the daily goals, it brings me back to the present. And I tend to overthink everything. It's part of why I've been successful is, like, I want to think through everything and be perfectionist. And then I need to back off at times. But, like, knowing that I get brought back to the present when I have the daily stuff that I need to focus on, like, what matters today, and then just try to win the day. And then when you think of it, you like don't get as overwhelmed. Yeah. So
well, that's it, man. I appreciate it. appreciate you coming on. I know you got a lot of stuff to do this week. Everyone here in the area at Cape and Lewis is super proud of you guys. You, your brother, Mason, all you guys that have moved on. You guys are great examples for the community, for the kids here, and we wish you the best, man. We really do.
I really appreciate it.
Everything that you're going for comes true for you, buddy.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. It's been awesome. I kind of wish we'd talk about your story too a little bit. Yeah. I wanted to, give you a little something
next Thanksgiving break when you're home.
Yeah, next Thanksgiving. Hopefully the podcast keeps taking off like it is, and I really value your story and everything, trying to give back, and especially I being law enforcement, my dad being a prosecutor for however many years. I think it was 26 years.
Yeah.
And then I see the Purple Heart, my grandfather in World War II getting 2 Purple Hearts. So that means a lot to me too. So I just want to say we appreciate it.
I thank you, man.
Putting the life on the line. So that's cool.
Yeah. Appreciate it. Thanks for coming on, Zach.
Yeah. Thanks.